Good morning students, welcome to today's session. I think everyone have seen the last video, that is last session, and I hope every one of you understood whatever we have seen in that video. Today we are going to continue the same chapter, data handling, by the next section. So let us enter into the today's session. So before that, shall we recap some basic definitions of everything? So look at here. So now we are going to recap some definitions, right? So graphical representation of the data. So in the last class we have seen so many types of data and also graphical representation of everything. So what all we have seen? Let us list out everything here. So graphical representation of the data. So graphical representation is nothing but, so pie chart is there, that is a new one for you, and then pictorial graph, bar graph, double bar graph, everything we have seen, including histogram, right? And the next one, classification of the data. So classification of the data is nothing but how to classify the given data, right? How to classify the given data. That is raw data, frequency distribution data, and continuous data, so like that. And we have seen so many examples, that is how to convert the raw data into frequency distribution or grouped data, so like that. We have seen like that. Now today we are going to see the topic probability. So what is probability? Already you know the word probability, and your lower section you have seen that word, right? Now let us see about the probability. First, how can we define the probability? So the chance of happening or not happening of an event. So that is a definition for the probability. So many definitions are also available. So probability means simply chance. So chance of getting or not getting, that's it, right? So some example, that is it raining tomorrow, right? So is it raining tomorrow? So we don't know whether it is raining or not. So that is one of the example for the probability. And then what about second case? What is the chance of winning the game? So if a game is there, means we can't predictable before starting itself, but we can judge, right, according to the teams, whether the team A will win or whether the team B will, so like that, okay. And then what of the third one? So what is the chance of getting promotion in a particular job, right? So the getting promotion the next year is nothing but 0.75 or 75%, or 50% chances are there I'm going to get promotion, so like that. So these kind of statements, everything comes under what means probability only, right? And here few of the examples, that is experiments, that is related to probability. So in our lower section itself we have seen these kind of experiments, that is tossing coin, throwing die, and taking ball from a box, etc. So tossing coin, suppose if we tossing coin already you know this, okay. Suppose we want to start anything, or you can take the sports. So before starting the game, so tossing a coin is an experiment, the well-known experiment. That is, so who is going to start first? So that is a random experiment, okay. That is 50% chances occurs. We can't predictable before tossing these kind of experiments, doing these kind of experiments. So that tossing coin is one of the well-known examples, that is well-known experiments under probability. And throwing a die also, already know that what is the chance of throwing a die. So if you throw one die means, so totally how many chances are there? 6 chances are available. So we can get any number out of 1, that is 6 out of 6, that is from 1 to 6 numbers. So that is also called predictable. So that is also one of the experiment. And finally taking ball from a box, that is also one of the experiment, that is in a box, suppose 3 colors of balls are there, for example yellow color, blue color, and orange color. So 3 colors of balls are there. Suppose if we take randomly without saying into the box, means that experiment also comes under probability only, right? Look at the next one. So that is a formula for find out the probability of any event. So here E stands for event, right? So probability of an event is defined by the following formula. So that is a formula for finding the probability of an event. So the numerator is nothing but favorable cases, and the denominator is nothing but total cases. So favorable cases means suppose For example, if you're tossing the coin means what you're going to expect, whether it is tail or head. So they are called favorable cases. If you want to get in tail means, so tail is a favorable cases here. But a total case is nothing but what are the possibilities? What are the number of possibilities? If you toss a coin means what are the possibilities? It may be head or tail. So these are the possibilities. So only two are there. Other than two, nothing is there. Therefore, that is comes under total cases. So here number of favorable cases and number of total cases. So that is a formula here. So if you want to find out the probability of some event, first you have to check how many possible cases are available there. And then next, which is your expectation. So we are going to convert everything into a numerical data, right? So that's why they are given the formula P of E equal to favorable cases divided by total cases. That is probability of an event E. So let us see one example now. What is the probability of getting head when tossing a coin? So how many coins are tossing here? Here the experiment is nothing but tossing coin. How many coins are tossing here? So only one coin. So only one coin. So one side it contains tail and another side it contains head. So if you're tossing a coin, so by the formula, so favorable cases divided by total cases. So first you have to find out the total number of cases. So how many cases are available? And then the favorable case is nothing but it is related to the question. Okay. So look at the example here. What is the probability of getting head when tossing a coin? So here only one coin going to toss. So what are the possible cases? So the total number of cases nothing but head and tail. The total number is nothing but 2. And here favorable cases nothing but your question. So what is the question? So probability of getting head. So here the getting head is nothing but the question here. Okay, that is favorable cases. So how many heads are available here? So how many heads are available here means only one head is available here, right? So therefore 1 divided by 2. So here 2 is nothing but the total number of cases. So 2 and favorable cases nothing but head. So how many heads are available here? So only one head, therefore 1. So 1 divided by 2. So that is the answer for the given question, right? And look at the next question. So what is the probability of getting, look at the word, at least one head. So at least one head, then what is the experiment here? Tossing 2 coins. So now we are going to tossing 2 coins at the same time, that is simultaneously. If we are tossing 2 coins at the same time, what are the possible cases, right? For example, so here I list out the possible cases. Okay, so when you are tossing the first time, okay, the 2 coins may be showing head, right? Or that in both of the coins showing tail. That is, this is first coin, this is second coin. Okay, so these 2 cases are available, arises, and the first coin maybe shows head, tail, and second one shows head, or the first one shows head and second one shows tail. So these are the possibilities. Okay, so totally how many possible cases are there means 4 cases are available, right? So now we are going to find out the favorable cases. Our favorable case is nothing but at least one head. So at least means what? Minimum. So minimum starting from one head onwards. Okay, I need minimum one head. That is the meaning. So at least means minimum, right? So at most means, that is one more word is there, at most. At most means maximum. Okay, so here at least one head they are asking. So minimum one head I need. So here 4 cases are available, total cases. So here minimum one head, that is minimum one head means we can join the maximum of number of heads also. Okay, so here one head is available, here also one head is available. So this is 1 and this one 2, and we can include 2 heads also, because minimum we need one head. Here 2 heads are available. Okay, you can join that also. So totally 3 possible cases are there, but we won't include this one because they are asking at least one head. We need minimum one head. Here head is not there, right? Both are tails only. So that the possible, that is favorable cases are head head, head tail, and tail head. So totally how many elements are there? So 3. So the favorable case is nothing but 3, and here total cases nothing but 4. Therefore, total cases nothing but 4. So the answer is 3 divided by 4, right? So that is the answer for the second one. So just keep it in your mind. When you are doing probability sums, first check what is the experiment here. The experiment means tossing head or tossing or throwing die or choosing anything. So that is experiment. And next one, favorable cases. That is when tossing the head, what is the probability of getting head or tail? So that comes under favorable cases, right? And then look at the next example. So what is the probability of getting prime numbers? So what is the probability of getting prime numbers when throwing a dice? Okay. So throwing a die contains how many numbers? 6 numbers are there. So here the experiment is throwing die. So the total case is nothing but 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. And total number of cases equal to 6. So 6. And favorable cases. So favorable cases nothing but getting prime numbers. So we know that prime numbers starting from 2 onwards, not 1. Okay. So within the 6 numbers, which are the prime numbers? So 2, 3, 5. These 3 are prime numbers. So these 3 are the favorable cases. So how many numbers are inside there? 3. And so therefore favorable case is nothing but 3. And the total case is nothing but 6. If you simplify, this means here 1 3s are 3 and 2 3s are 6. So 1 by 2 is the answer for the question. Understand? And look at the another example here. So a bag contains 1 to 10 numbers. So what is the probability of getting even numbers, odd numbers? Okay. Now here experiment is nothing but you have to choose the type of number, 2 types of numbers. Okay, one is even and another one odd. So look at the first case. The total number of cases is nothing but, so totally 10 numbers are there. So that is the total cases. So 10. So next the favorable cases. So these 2 questions are favorable cases. The first question is nothing but even number. So in even number 1 to 10 numbers, what are the possible cases? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Totally how many numbers are there? 5 numbers. So favorable cases is 5 and total cases is 10. So 5 by 10. So 1 time here and here 2 times. So 1 by 2. Right? This is for even numbers. What about for next one? Odd numbers. So odd numbers. So here favorable cases 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So totally favorable cases nothing but 5 and total cases nothing but 10. So equal to 1 by 2 if you simplify means. Okay. So that is the problems involved under probabilities. So listen students. So in probability so many types of sums are there. Okay. So you have to solve according to the given question. Right. So when you are going to solve probability questions, first just note down what is the experiment, and second one, so what is the event. So experiment means tossing coin, throwing die and choosing balls or choosing numbers, selecting balls, whatever it is, they are called experiments. And event means when tossing a coin, what is the problem? Getting head, getting tail, choosing prime number and choosing even number and selecting odd number. So this kind of questions, everything called event. Okay. So the formula for the probability is nothing but favorable cases by total number of cases, right? So we have to substitute directly in the formula. That's it. Okay. I think every one of you understood these examples under the probability. And also one more thing, the lesson got over now. So the lesson contains 2 sections. One is about the data. In that, graphical representation of the data and different types of data, raw data like that. Okay. And few sums we have seen that. And second section is nothing but your probability. So we have completed our 5th lesson also now, right? And one more thing, in probability, one more thing is there. The total probability of any event is nothing but 1. Okay. Because if you are seeing all the sums, everything has the answers less than 1 by less than 1 only, because the total probability of any event is nothing but 1. So that's why, right? Just go through the video at least twice, then only you can understand all the concepts, right? And if you have any doubts, just ask in our live session. Thank you.